Top 10 Highest Grossing Video Games. Human Fall Flat was developed by Tomas Sakalauskas, founder of Lithuanian studio No Breaks Games. In 2012, Sakalauskas abandoned his work in IT to try video game development. Human Fall Flat is a physics puzzle game where players play a customizable human, referred to in-game as Bob. Players can make him grab objects and climb up ledges using both his arms, and looking with his head. Players are able to customize him to their liking, painting his body in a different array of colors and dressing him in a variety of costume. As of February 2021, the game had sold more than 25 million copies. Part of these sales included the popularity of the game in China over 2020 after being released there through XD Inc. and 505 Games, in part due to the game's popularity during the COVID-19 pandemic. As of March 2023, Human Fall Flat had sold more than 40 million copies. OVERWATCH, abbreviated as OW, is a multimedia franchise centered on a series of online multiplayer first-person shooter (FPS) video games developed by Blizzard Entertainment. OVERWATCH was released in 2016, and Overwatch 2 was released in 2022. Both games feature hero-based combat between two teams of players vying over various objectives, along with other traditional gameplay modes. Released in 2016, the first video game in the series lacked a traditional story mode. Instead, Blizzard employed a transmedia storytelling strategy to disseminate lore regarding the game's characters, releasing comics and other literary media, as well as animated media that includes short films. The game enjoyed both critical and commercial success, and garnered a devoted following. The hero shooter now joins World of Warcraft, Call of Duty, Destiny, Candy Crush, and Hearthstone among Activision Blizzard's library of billion-dollar services, according to Superdata. It's the 64th game in history to make $1 billion from in-game purchases alone, including titles on PC, console, and mobile. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is a 2023 platform game developed and published by Nintendo for the Nintendo Switch. It is the first traditional side-scrolling Super Mario game since New Super Mario Bros. The player controls Mario, Luigi, and their friends as they attempt to stop Bowser, who plots to take over a new land known as the Flower Kingdom after using the magical Wonder Flower to fuse himself with the kingdom's castle. Development for Super Mario Bros. Wonder began in 2019, with director Shiro Muri taking inspiration from the original Super Mario Bros. And producer Takashi Tezuka seeking to reinvent the 2D Mario experience and introduce a new location. The game became the fastest-selling Super Mario game, selling 4.3 million units in its first 2 weeks and reaching 13.44 million units by March 31, 2024. It received critical acclaim and was nominated for several awards, including the Golden Joystick Award for Game of the Year, the Game Award for Game of the Year, and the British Academy Games Award for Best Game. Red Dead Redemption 2 is the second installment of the action-adventure Red Dead game series. Having sold around 45 million copies worldwide, the game now also takes its rightful place in the top 10 of the best-selling video games of all time. Developed by Rockstar Studios, Red Dead Redemption 2 is characteristically set in a large open-world environment, much like the video game studio's even more successful franchise GTA. The story of Red Dead Redemption 2 follows the life of Arthur Morgan, a member of the Van der Linde gang who is trying to survive and escape from law enforcement after a robbery goes wrong. The game is set in 1899, with gameplay taking place primarily in the American Southwest. Red Dead Redemption 2's gameplay allows the player to interact with characters and explore details on the side of the narrative. The player can also partake in various activities including hunting and fishing, playing poker, and interacting with random NPCs that populate towns and campsites scattered throughout the open world. Red Dead Redemption 2. Shortly before release in October 2018, Shatter estimated the game would sell 15 million copies in its first quarter, though noted investor expectations were at 20 million copies. Michael Pachter of Wedbush Securities predicted 25 million. Michael Olson of Piper Jaffray projected revenue between $400 and $500 million in the first 3 days, while Doug Kreutz of Cowen Incorporated estimated between $550 and $600 million. Red Dead Redemption 2 had the largest opening weekend in entertainment history, making over $725 million in revenue in 3 days, and over 17 million copies shipped in 2 weeks, exceeding the lifetime sales of Red Dead Redemption. Additionally, Red Dead Redemption 2 was the second highest-grossing entertainment launch, behind Grand Theft Auto 5, and set records for largest pre-orders, first-day sales, and three-day sales on the PlayStation Network. Mario Kart 8 is the 8th installment in Nintendo's Mario Kart series and was originally released for Nintendo's Wii U console in 2014. Having sold around 55 million copies worldwide, the game is not only the most successful in the Mario Kart franchise and one of the best-selling video games overall, but it's also the most successful and most played racing game in history. Mario Kart 8 features 16 new tracks, 16 old tracks, 6 new characters, 12 returning characters from previous games, and 4 new vehicles. The game of course also features some of the series' most iconic items such as red shells, banana peels, and blue shells. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds completes the top 5 of the top 10 best-selling video games of all time. Only released in 2017, the game has already sold around 70 million copies all over the globe. The Battle Royale-styled game was created and developed by South Korean video game studio PUBG, which belongs to the likewise South Korean video game corporation Bluehole. The multi-platform game is only playable in multiplayer mode. In a typical Battle Royale setting, players from all over the world are competing against each other in an open world that is getting smaller with time until players have nowhere to hide. The last remaining survivor is declared the winner. In the 1980s and 1990s, Japanese video game giants Nintendo was the non-plus-ultra of the video gaming world. But the competition, especially from Sony and Microsoft, was growing at the start of the 21st century. Nintendo desperately needed a new innovative gaming concept. And as always, the company managed to create just that. In 2006, Nintendo released its new video game console, the Nintendo Wii. The console's controller includes a sensor that detects three-dimensional movements, making the Wii controllable by the player's movements. Wii Sports represented the original game for the Wii console, and it is therefore not surprising that the game sold around 83 million copies worldwide. Wii Sports, as well as other games on the Wii console, quickly gained global prominence for being a popular party game for players of all ages. Like all Wii games, the game was and is exclusively playable on a Wii console. Tetris is third among the best-selling video games in history, having only recently been surpassed by Minecraft. The game was created in 1984 by Russian software engineer Alexei Pajitnov. The inventor worked for the Academy of Sciences of the Soviet Union, which still existed then. His original task was to develop a program that would let the computing center of the Academy test newly developed hardware. In other words, Tetris was originally meant as testing software, not a game. But Pajitnov soon realized that his program became quite popular among his colleagues. With the permission of his superiors and the help of his colleagues, the program was then developed into a game named Tetris, a portmanteau of the geographic shape tetromino and the sport of tennis. The game was consequently published worldwide by the state-owned Soviet, and later Russian, company Elektronorg Technica. The simple, yet highly addictive game has sold around 150 million times ever since. Today, the licenses for the game are handled by the TETRIS company, a Hawaii-based company co-owned by Pajitnov. Grand Theft Auto 5 is the second most sold video game of all time. It also joins Minecraft and Tetris in being the only video games to have broken the 100 million mark by selling a total of around 170 million copies worldwide. GTA 5 is part of the Grand Theft Auto series, which itself belongs to the most popular and best-selling video game series in history. GTA 5 was developed by American video game company Rockstar Games in 2013. While Rockstar, which is owned by video game giant Take-Two Interactive, is now also known for other widely popular games, it is still the GTA franchise that stands almost synonymous with the company. GTA 5 is an open-world action-adventure game that lets players play with 3 different characters, each with unique background stories and attributes. Minecraft is the single best-selling video game in history. At a time when most video games strive to provide their players with realistic, high-end graphics, Minecraft proved that graphics are not primarily what makes a video game successful. The sandbox survival game uses almost absurdly outdated, simplistic graphics, yet it has sold around 240 million times around the world since its release in 2011. The game was developed by the small Swedish video game company Mojang Studios, which was only founded in 2009 and is now owned by Microsoft. Aside from the ancient graphics, another aspect that makes Minecraft so special, it does not have a specific goal. There are no levels to complete or high scores to break. Players simply build their own world while avoiding and/or killing a variety of monsters. The multi-platform game can be played both in single-player as well as multiplayer mode. Minecraft surpassed over 1 million purchases less than a month after entering its beta phase in early 2011. At the same time, the game had no publisher backing and has never been commercially advertised except through word of mouth and various unpaid references in popular media such as the Penny Arcade webcomic. By April 2011, Person estimated that Minecraft had made €23 million, $33 million in revenue, with 800,000 sales of the alpha version of the game, and over 1 million sales of the beta version. In November 2011, prior to the game's full release, Minecraft Beta surpassed 16 million registered users and 4 million purchases. By March 2012, Minecraft had become the 6th best-selling PC game of all time. As of October 10, 2014, the game had sold 17 million copies on PC, becoming the best-selling PC game of all time. The Xbox 360 version of Minecraft became profitable within the first day of the game's release in 2012, when the game broke the Xbox Live sales records with 400,000 players online. Within a week of being on the Xbox Live marketplace, Minecraft sold upwards of 1 million copies. GameSpot announced in December 2012 that Minecraft sold over 4.48 million copies since the game debuted on Xbox Live Arcade in May 2012. In 2012, Minecraft was the most purchased title on Xbox Live Arcade. It was also the 4th most played title on Xbox Live based on average unique users per day. As of April 4, 2014, the Xbox 360 version has sold 12 million copies. In addition, Minecraft Pocket Edition has reached a figure of 21 million in sales. The PlayStation 3 edition sold 1 million copies in 5 weeks. The release of the game's PlayStation Vita version boosted Minecraft sales by 79%, outselling both PS3 and PS4 debut releases and becoming the largest Minecraft launch on a PlayStation console. The game, including all of its versions, had over 112 million monthly active players by September 2019. On its 11th anniversary in May 2020, the company announced that Minecraft had reached over 200 million copies sold across platforms with over 126 million monthly active players. By April 2021, the number of active monthly users had climbed to 140 million. In conclusion, the highest-grossing games of all time have not only set unprecedented records in sales but have also reshaped the landscape of entertainment. These games, transcending mere digital experiences, have become cultural phenomena, uniting players from all corners of the globe and influencing countless aspects of modern culture. Their success is a testament to the creativity and innovation of the gaming industry, proving that video games are a powerful form of art and storytelling that can rival traditional media in both popularity and revenue.